Howdy folks, Tex Grebner here with Tex Grebner Outdoors. Illinois Archery season 2018 coming up really fast, so gonna be trying to get my fall food plots going. No idea if this is gonna work. I've never had food plots actually work, but I did manage to get a tiller packed in here down the hill and get this tilled up, so gonna do some seeding. I've said before, and I'll say it again, that I've never had much success actually getting food plots to grow. But I've also never had the opportunity to do as much ground prep as I have at this point. This has been sprayed. I burn it down with a weed eater after it was good and dead. Then I took a leaf blower in here and blew all the grass off. And I actually packed in a tiller to get it all softened up. What I've done is I have taken a bag of Whitetail Institute wintergreen and a bag of Antler King honey hole, dumped them together into a bucket, mixed them around real good, and then poured out 3 pounds into a second bucket so that I can get an even mix for both plots that I'm going to be seeding. What I like about Whitetail Institute and Antler King is looking at the seed tags on the bags. You can actually see that what's advertised on the front of the bag is what's actually in the bag according to the seed tag. A lot of other food plot seeds will basically be like 5% radish, and the rest is just ryegrass, because they know that no matter what, the ryegrass is going to grow, even if it isn't the preferred forage of the whitetail. Good news is my Whitetail Institute chicory plot seems to have come back pretty well with the late summer rains. And in the bare spots, the Whitetail Institute Fusion clover seems to have taken off pretty well also. So I'm all about the good news. So hopefully this might be a decent stand for me this year, but I'm also not holding my breath. No sooner did I get my food plot seed on the ground than it rained for 3 straight days. So that's great, because it means that I got plenty of moisture, good seed to soil contact, should get great germination. Here's hoping that the food plots actually do grow and that the deer find them attractive. With that said, it's also kind of pointless to count on food plots in agriculture country until the crops have been harvested and the deer get tired of picking corn off the ground. So I'm hoping to hedge my bets for the late season. In the backyard today, and we're going to be talking about my arrows here, kill with sticks. I'm using a 300 grain tough head that is the new tough head design that actually works as a screw-in broadhead straight from the factory. And so far I'm pretty impressed with them. And of course I spent the big money and I actually finally got into some GrizzlyStiks. So this is a 240 shaft using 5-inch feathers. I actually like the green Easton Knox. But total arrow weight 960 grains in thereabouts. And of course, you guys know that I'm a huge fan of my 75-pound Martin Hunter. And so I'm just in the backyard here slinging sticks because I don't want to really leave much of anything to chance when it comes to shooting out of a tree stand. So just gonna have a little bit of fun and fling some sticks out of the stand here in my backyard, making it weird for the neighbors. Especially because one thing that a lot of people don't think about is the dimensions of the broadhead are going to change your sight picture of what your sight window actually looks like. Even if you're an instinctive shooter, the extra length of a broadhead compared to a field point, there's gonna possibly be a whole other inch on the end of that arrow. And so not only is it possible that the broadhead might not fly like your field points, but it's also possible that that extra inch in your sight picture can kind of screw up how you're aiming with a traditional bow. A good quality broadhead should fly like a field point. Part of the reason why I like a 300 grain broadhead and field point combination is honestly because the 300 grain points are about the same length as the 300 grain broadheads. But if you're using a dinky little 100 grain point and then you stick on a 100 grain broadhead that's going to be considerably longer, it just changes everything. So there is a little bit of method in my madness, even if I am hunting whitetail with tackle that would be suited for a Cape buffalo hunt. There we go. Had a few days of sun since I seeded this just before the rains, and I am astounded. I can't believe that everything seems to be working out just perfectly with this food plot. It came up absolutely beautiful on this seed bed after I tilled it and seeded it. And of course, fresh deer track. Another project that I've been working on is replacing the zipper in my north branch from First Light. Now, I'm a huge fan of First Light, but these waterproof zippers are not at all durable. So I went and got a Hobby Lobby heavy-duty plastic zipper, and I just stitched it in right into the waterproof zipper by hand. So that's the other project that I've been doing this week, getting ready for deer season. And one of the absolute most useful skills that I have is honestly the ability to repair my own shit, because I'm hard on gear. But I got my arrows taken care of, my food plot has sprouted, my tree stands are up, my camera mounts are all in place, cattle are out of the pasture, everything is going shockingly well, which is terrifying to me because it means that it's going to come possibly crashing down around my ears. And of course, there is also the fact of no matter what we plan, hunting is a visceral mystery, and you never know what may happen. But you also can't know that maybe this is going to be the year that I break my whitetail curse. So we'll just have to wait and see. But thanks for watching. As always, God bless all my sportsmen of America. Join the NRA to protect our rights. Please got my friends over at threeriversarchery.com. Thank you very much to those of you involved in law enforcement and those of you serving in the military. Thanks for watching Tex Grebner Outdoors.